everyone, this is Tracy. Today I'm going to show you how to ungroup and arrange this week's free Book Lovers Subway Art SVG. If you take a look over here on the panel, first let's go ahead and drop this down a little bit so you can see it a little bit better. You can see this is what my design looks like. If you know me, you know I like to explain why I do what I do with my designs, and I'm going to go ahead and show you here. Go ahead and right click and ungroup this. If you take a look over here, these are all the words that you see, except for the word bookmark or book nerd. That one's left separate, but you can go ahead and if you were to click make it, this is not attached. They are only grouped. And by that, what I mean is, if you were to not attach this, when you go ahead and cut this, all these words are going to be separate, which means you would have to place them individually on your project, and nobody wants to do that. So what you would want to do, if you want to leave these all black, you would go ahead and click on this and click attach. So now when you go to make this, all of this is going to cut together. So just remember, if you have HTV, you need to mirror this. So that would be mirrored before you cut it. Okay. But the reason that I did this, I did not attach anything, is if you wanted to change the colors. So let's say with what we have going on here, if you have a different theme, if you wanted to do like muted colors or pinks or reds or whatever, you could go through and change the colors of each of the words that are in here. You also could go through and remove some of the words. So let's say you're making this for somebody, and instead of having the word bestseller in here, you want to do, I don't know, Trisha's Book Nook or something like that. If you wanted to personalize it, you could do that. So you could remove one of the words over here instead of having to slice it out and contour it and all that. I tried to make it easy so that you wouldn't have to do that. You just go ahead and remove that and add in what you want. As far as the fonts that you see here, when I do my designs, I always leave the names of the fonts and the links to where you can find them on my blog post. So if you are new to seeing my design or you have not been on my blog before, you might want to check that out. I'm a total font hoarder, so I assume if I like the font, you're going to want to know what the font is. So I always, like I said, leave the name and the link on my blog post, so you can check that out there if you want to. So as far as this design goes, my intent this week was to make a a book bag for my daughter. Things got a little crazy. We lost track of time. It's super cold here in Ohio, which I'm sure it's cold where you are as well. Had some issues with our electricity, so did not get a chance to make my tutorial this week. But if it's something that you would like to see, if you guys want a tutorial on how to make like a little tote bag with this design, drop it in the comments, let me know, and I will gladly make a tutorial for this. So anyway, back to what I was talking about here. Let's go ahead and collapse this again so we can see everything. Over here we've got the glasses. You can change the colors of those. This word right here, book nerd, if you want to, what you can do, let me go ahead and grab both of these and make a copy so you can see what I'm talking about. If you want to, you can go ahead and grab this and slice it out. And then let's hide this and hide the word book nerd. And then this would be in here. Obviously you would want to send this to the back, so that when you go to put this on your project, that yellow piece of the bookmark is going to be back there. And then we have the lamp right here. If you don't want the color of the lamp, you can leave that out. You can add it in, whichever is easiest for you. Or if you don't want that color at all, if you just wanted to do it like black and white, you could do that, or just blacks, I should say. So a few different variations that you can do here. Now, what I would do if I was going to make this, let's go ahead and I'm going to put book nerd back in there without it being sliced. So let me go ahead and delete this. So what I would do if I was making this, this would all be attached. This would be separate. Actually, we could go ahead and attach that to the design if we wanted to, since bring this up here. And this one, and then click attach on that. Okay. So if I was going to make this, I would get my bag and I would put my design on my bag. Obviously you want to measure it to see what the size is going to be. I would get a piece of parchment paper to put underneath it. So obviously you're not going to press it yet. This is just to get it lined up. So if you want to have those colors underneath there, I would get a piece of parchment paper and then like flip up your design, put your bookmark down, put the color of this down, and then put this back on top of the parchment paper to make sure that everything lines up correctly before you press everything. Again, like I said, if that doesn't make sense, I apologize. Leave me a comment. I will gladly make you guys a tutorial. I just ran out of time this week. You got this little bulb that you're going to place right in here. All right, so a few different ways you guys could use this week's project. Like I said, you could change the colors. If you have any questions, let me know. You can find this week's freebie in the freebie library. It is design number 236. You'll have the free download there, and on the blog post, like I said, you got the name of all the fonts. But thanks for being here, guys. I appreciate you. Have a great day.